agenda items, which is interventions by members. And I would request ISA Secretariat to call out names in the alphabetical order, priority to be given to honorable ministers.
Sir, the first speaker is Algeria, the Minister for Energy Transition and Renewable Energy, His Excellency Zian Binato. Minister Binato, you have the floor. So if it's okay, shall we move to the next minister?
Yes, please do.
The next is, so we are doing this alphabetically. The next is Bangladesh, His Excellency Nasrul Hamid, the Minister for Power, Energy and Mineral Resources.
Good evening. This is ATM Mustafa Khan, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Power. Our minister already left for join another meeting. Please keep him.
Okay, we can move on to the next speaker.
Okay. We move to Burundi, His Excellency Selemani Khamisi, Ministry of Hydraulics, Energy and Mines.
Oui, d'accord, téléphone. Oui, bonjour. Oui, bonjour.
Hello, yes, we can hear you.
Oui, je suis Selemani Khamisi, secrétaire permanent du ministère de l'Hydraulique, de l'Énergie et des Mines au Burundi. Et bonjour à tout le monde. Excellence, Monsieur le Directeur général de l'Alliance solaire internationale. Excellence, Messieurs les ministres, chers participants à cette réunion, tout protocole observé. Et nous adressons nos plus vifs remerciements à tous les organisateurs de cette assemblée de l'Alliance solaire internationale et en particulier les staffs de l'Alliance solaire internationale. Actuellement, le Burundi fait usage d'un mix énergétique en considérant les diverses sources énergétiques, y inclut celles du solaire. À ce point, nous pouvons mentionner quelques projets déjà réalisés dans ce secteur. Une centrale solaire fonctionnelle est connectée au réseau national de 7,5 MW depuis le 1er avril 2021. Cette centrale a été construite par l'entreprise Gigawatt de 25 centres de santé ruraux par financement de l'Union européenne en 2013. Une centrale photovoltaïque de 403 kWh raccordée au réseau installé à un centre hospitalo-universitaire à Bujumbura sur un dos de la coopération japonaise JICA. Elle a été mise en service depuis septembre 2012. Le programme énergie-développement, qui était relatif à la diffusion et la promotion des kits solaires générateurs de revenus auprès des petits commerçants ruraux. L'installation en 2012 d'un certain nombre de lampadaires solaires pour l'éclairage public sur des principales artères de la ville de Bujumbura. L'installation des systèmes solaires dans 30 centres de santé et 20 collèges communaux par la Direction générale de l'énergie entre 2006 et 2011. L'installation en 2009 des systèmes solaires sur 26 centres administratifs des communes rurales du pays sous financement du PNUD. Nous signalons également que le gouvernement du Burundi est en train d'exécuter des projets solaires avec ses partenaires techniques au développement, l'un dénommé Projet solaire Nyakiriza, sous financement de la Banque mondiale, pour un montant global de 100 millions de dollars, et l'autre, Umuchewi Terambere, de 12 millions d'euros, qui se focaliseront tous spécialement au déploiement de l'énergie solaire en milieu rural. Ainsi donc, des mini-réseaux solaires isolés seront érigés afin de desservir la population en électricité, sans oublier les différents kits photovoltaïques qui seront remis aux divers ménages et infrastructures publiques éparpillées en milieu rural. De suite, en collaboration avec l'Alliance solaire internationale, un projet pilote relatif à l'usage des pompes solaires pour faire l'irrigation, surtout pendant la saison d'étiage, pour un montant de 50 000 dollars est en cours de montage. Une étude de faisabilité est déjà disponible. Nous saisissons cette occasion pour remercier l'Alliance solaire internationale pour ces projets pilotes,
on n'entend
car
pas.
ils
On
cadrent
n'entend pas
bien.
l'orateur.
Nous saisissons cette occasion pour remercier l'Alliance solaire internationale pour ces projets, car ils cadrent bien avec le programme de son Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République du Burundi, qui a initié la pratique d'irrigation pendant la période d'étiage afin d'augmenter la production agricole et de bien s'adapter au changement climatique.
Le
En
son, s'il
effet,
vous plaît, le son, s'il vous plaît.
l'irrigation se passe par gravitation, là où c'est possible, ou bien par l'usage des motopompes consommant du gasoil. Nous vous demandons donc de mettre tous les efforts possibles pour la réussite effective de ce projet, car il présentera une grande ouverture pour l'utilisation du système de pompage solaire dans tous les pays. Pour conclure, nous adressons encore une fois notre demande à l'Alliance solaire internationale d'introduire d'autres projets pilotes dont le pompage d'eau potable, là où la gravitation pose un problème. Merci de votre écoute et nous vous remercions encore une fois.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Khamisi. I would also request members to please be brief, because otherwise we'll be here all night. So can we call out the next name?
Okay, merci.
The next speaker is the Honorable Minister for Energy, Water and Petroleum from the Comoros, His Excellency Ali Iburi. His Excellency,
I think
Mr.
we can move on to the next speaker
Okay.
and come back once more after we have exhausted the
The
list.
next speaker is Cuba, His Excellency Nicolas Livian Aronte Cruz, the Minister for Energy and Mines. Since we don't see him coming to the mic, can I move to Djibouti?
Please do.
His Excellency Yunus Ali Gwedi, the Minister for Energy and Natural Resources, Djibouti.
Sí,
do
buenas
we-
noches.
Do we see Cuba?
Sí, sí, buenas noches. El honorable ministro Liván ha tenido que salir para otra reunión y en su lugar hemos quedado los funcionarios del
Okay.
ministerio.
Okay, thank you. We'll come back to Cuba then. Can I again request if Minister Yunus Ali Gwedi of the Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources, Djibouti, is with us? So if not, can we move to the next speaker, which is Fiji? Fiji, His Excellency John Usamate, the Minister for Infrastructure and Meteorological Services.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. And I think it is ideal that we're having this meeting right now because it's not happening at a better time. Since our world leaders are now preparing for COP26, the meeting that is to be held in Glasgow, the UK, from the 31st of October, 2021 to the 12th of November. And this is particularly important right now as we look at the scenario that we have globally. We know what has happened in Paris, a lot of commitments that have been made, but nevertheless, for the small island developing states all around the world, we're very worried about what will happen in Glasgow this year, because all those commitments need to turn to action to make sure that things happen that will save small island nations all around the world in terms of greenhouse gas emission. And that is why the programs that are carried out by the Solar Alliance are very important for us, because they're action-oriented programs. And these are precisely the kind of things that we're hoping to see to come out of Glasgow during the meeting of the global leaders later on towards the end of this month. Over and above that, Fiji, like a lot of island nations, is now entering to our cyclone season. And this year, we are forecasting up to having up to 3 cyclones. And these things can have a devastating impact on our island nations. Our island nations share common characteristics and challenges with other SIDS, small island developing states, such as small population size, vulnerability to the threat of climate change, low electricity access rate, even though it has been increasing over the past few years, high dependence on petroleum fuel, unreliable electricity supply and services, and unavailability of energy data, slow uptake of renewable electricity, among others. We have made commitments to transform and decarbonize our energy sector at the national, regional, and the international front. There is, however, a need to harmonize and synergize our strategic planning frameworks, and this cannot be overstated. And if we're able to do this, it will ensure that we collectively address our emerging energy sector issues while avoiding overlaps and making sure that we have efficient use of our limited resources. Our energy transition pathways require a collaborative and concerted effort from all stakeholders, not only at the national level, but regionally and internationally. And we need to establish good platforms to share experiences, knowledge, best practices, and to continue to share ideas and to learn from each other. That's why some of the strategies being put together by ISA are music to our ears. The support from ISA is important for member countries to leapfrog and to achieve their renewable energy targets. Programs such as the STARSEA will provide the support in terms of capacity building, trainings, and research on the different solar technology applications. I was glad to hear today of the new emerging projects on solar waste and also on solar hydrogen that I think is going to be very important into the future. And in addition to this, putting in place innovative and de-risking financial facilities will encourage the participation of the private sector in the implementation of solar technologies, especially in small markets such as the SIDS. So, Mr. Chairman, the Director General, with those few words, I thank everyone for your kind attention. Thank you, and Binawadi.
Thank you, Excellency. We can go to the next speaker.
Thank you, sir. We next have, we heard the message from Ms. Barbara Pompili, the Minister for Ecological Transition of the Republic of France. We now have the Minister of Petroleum and Energy, Ms. Fafa Sanyani from Gambia. If not, can we move to Germany? We have a message from Mr. Peter Altmaier, the Minister for Energy from the Federal Republic of Germany.
President Singh, President Pompoli, Director General Dr. Mathur, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted that Germany can for the first time participate in the assembly of the International Solar Alliance as a member country. I would like to thank the ISA and its members for making this possible. My thanks go in particular to India as the founding country of the ISA and as the host. The ISA has lifted its regional restrictions to states and territories between the two tropics. As a consequence, states in which the sun does not always shine, and my country, unfortunately, is one of these states, can now also become ISA member countries. In Germany, solar power generation also plays a key role for the energy transition. The proportion of photovoltaics in German electricity generation has steadily increased for many, many years, from just 0.1% in 2003 to 9% in 2020. At the end of 2020, installed PV capacity totaled around 54 gigawatts. In the context of auctions for renewable energies in Germany, our solar farms are regularly successful as they are even less expensive than wind farms. This shows that photovoltaic is already competitive in Germany. And it means that the potential for solar energy is huge, much higher in sunnier countries like India, but also worldwide. If we want to provide all people with inexpensive energy and achieve our climate targets, we need to fully tap this potential. This is all the more important as solar energy helps not only to mitigate climate change, but also to ensure energy security. It helps generate prosperity and create jobs. The International Solar Alliance can make a major contribution by helping to accelerate the expansion of solar energy through international cooperation and its expertise. It should be our common objective in the ISA to work together in a spirit of partnership so that we can make optimum use of the opportunities offered by solar energy. Germany wants to contribute to the success of the International Solar Alliance, which was founded only a few years ago. I want to thank all of you again personally and on behalf of the German federal government and Chancellor Merkel for your work. I wish you much success for today's ISA assembly and for tomorrow's joint sessions with ISA partners and other organizations. And I wish all of us much success in our common efforts towards creating a clean and sustainable future for the planet. Thank you for your attention and stay healthy.
So we thank Germany and the German minister for that message. Can we call out the next name, please?
So the next we have Sweden. We have a message from the Minister for Energy.
Your Excellencies, colleagues and friends, on behalf of the Swedish government, I would like to thank the government of India and the government of France as chair for the International Solar Alliance, as well as for your dedication to scaling up solar energy around the world. Sweden is a new member of the International Solar Alliance since 2021, and we look forward to work with you towards a brighter future for solar energy worldwide. Dear colleagues, the world is facing unprecedented challenges with climate change. We need to rapidly transform our global energy system towards net zero if we are to reverse this development. The latest World Energy Outlook tells us that the new energy economy is emerging, but we still have a long way to go. Solar and wind now represent the cheapest available source of electricity generation in most markets, and 2020 was a record year in terms of installed capacity for renewables. But the world is not investing enough to meet its future energy needs. To speed up the energy transition, we need clear and coherent policy instruments to incentivize the market to invest more in renewable energy. Let me share some examples from Sweden. We introduced one of the world's first carbon taxes in 1991. Since then, Sweden's GDP has increased by 85%, while greenhouse gas emissions have decreased by 27%. We have a renewable electricity certificate system, a market-based system to incentivize production of more renewable electricity. These policy instruments, along with the EU's emission trading system, will help steer our markets in the right direction, away from fossil fuels and towards renewables. My friends, the expansion of solar energy will be a crucial step towards realizing SDG 7 and universal access to renewable energy. The International Solar Alliance has a pivotal role to play here, and Sweden looks forward to taking part of this journey. In order for SDG 7 to become the political and economic priority it deserves to be, we must take advantage of the positive forces available to us. Sweden recently announced a doubling of our climate finance to 15 billion SEK in 2025, to which we will continue to support the transformational aspirations of developing countries. Our joint mission is clear. We aim to achieve universal access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy services. Let's work together to realize the full potential of solar energy in this endeavor. Thank you.
We thank the Swedish minister for that message. The next name, please.
So we have completed the list of ministers from countries who have ratified the agreement. If there are any other ministers from countries who have ratified the agreement who are still present and haven't got an opportunity, we can look at them and then we can move to the ministers from. I think we have Venezuela. Her Excellency Tania Linares, the
Your
Vice
Excellency.
Minister.
Okay. Gracias, señor presidente. En nombre del pueblo y del gobierno de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela, queremos felicitar al doctor Jaime Matur por asumir esta hermosa responsabilidad de llevar la dirección general de la Alianza Solar Internacional. De igual forma, saludamos a las distinguidas delegaciones de los países que conforman la alianza. Destaquemos fotovoltaicos, beneficiando a más de 257.000 habitantes de las zonas aisladas, de los grandes centros energéticos, en más de 1.000 comunidades, favoreciendo 48% a poblaciones indígenas y 52% a poblaciones en zonas fronterizas. Y se han dejado de emitir más de 250 toneladas de CO2 equivalentes al ambiente. Reiteramos la propuesta de la iniciativa Petrocaribe Solar presentada por el presidente Nicolás Maduro como expresión del compromiso ambiental de Venezuela en materia de desarrollo de energías limpias, haciendo énfasis en desarrollo de proyectos de innovación en los países miembros de Petrocaribe que se encuentran en la alianza. Venezuela se ha dotado del Plan Nacional de Energías Alternativas, que es parte de lo que queremos exponer acá hoy, donde se tiene previsto desarrollar cerca de 1.300 megavatios en pequeñas soluciones energéticas sostenibles, con sistemas fotovoltaicos y otros sistemas de energías renovables, considerando además que estamos colocando en funcionamiento una fábrica de ensamblaje de paneles solares. Igualmente, estamos procurando instrumentos legales que nos ayuden a apalancar el desarrollo e implementación de estos proyectos, como es una ley de energías alternativas, donde favorece los sistemas, el desarrollo de sistemas fotovoltaicos. El gobierno bolivariano de Venezuela reafirma su compromiso enmarcado en el Plan de Desarrollo Económico y Social de nuestra nación, que es nuestro Plan de la Patria 2019-2025, mediante el cual se busca contribuir con la preservación de la vida en el planeta y la salvación de la especie humana. El aprovechamiento de la energía solar contribuye al fortalecimiento de la matriz energética, apalanca las acciones tomadas para honrar los compromisos de reducción de nuestro país del 20% de emisiones de gases de efecto, particularmente el ODS 7. Señor presidente, consideramos que la cooperación técnica como una de las actividades estatutarias del organismo debe contar con un financiamiento suficiente, seguro para garantizar los proyectos y un balance adecuado de las prioridades en materia de energía solar. Estamos muy contentos de escuchar del presidente de la Asamblea la disposición a que esto sea posible en el día de hoy. Tomamos nota con beneplácito de las actividades realizadas durante el año 2020-2021, fundamentalmente dirigidas al fomento de las capacidades de personal técnico e invitamos a la Alianza a incrementarla. Lo hemos visto a lo largo de las presentaciones y nuestro país tiene mucha necesidad de capacitarse en el desarrollo del sistema fotovoltaico. Se ha interactuado con la ISA para el impulso de programas de apoyos técnicos específicos, como implementación de un centro de enseñanza de la energía solar, un STARCI. Estamos muy interesados en que esto podamos lograrlo en el próximo año. Igualmente, estudio para la factibilidad de una fábrica de baterías, tanto de plomo ácido como de litio. Si vamos a implementar grandes sistemas y muchos sistemas, más de 2000 sistemas fotovoltaicos, es necesario tener afianzado todas las estructuras que nos permitan mantener estos sistemas. Igualmente, el fortalecimiento de capacidades técnicas en el tema de energía solar. Señor presidente, el gobierno bolivariano de Venezuela reconoce a la Alianza Solar, cuyos objetivos tributan en favor de las mejores causas de la humanidad, como la democratización de las tecnologías y el derecho al desarrollo, entre otros, libre de elementos discriminatorios, defendiendo el derecho soberano que asiste a los estados al desarrollo de la energía solar. Felicitamos todo lo que la Alianza está proponiendo en esta asamblea. Agradecemos muchísimo la postura que ha tenido el presidente en cuanto a favorecer a todos aquellos países pobres para ayudarlos entonces en la implementación de estos sistemas.
I think we have lost the link, so
Can we?
should we
Okay.
move?
I understand we have ministers from Gambia,
Señor
Maldives, and Mali,
And Morocco as well.
and Morocco. Okay.
presidente.
Yeah, Morocco and Italy. Morocco and Italy, we will take up once we take the countries who have signed but not yet ratified. So can I request the minister from Gambia to take the floor? If not, can I request the Maldives minister for environment, climate change and technology to address the gathering?
Thank you, Excellencies and colleagues. It's really good to be here. And first of all, I'd like to thank the International Solar Alliance and its secretariat for hosting this very important annual assembly. This is a particularly important topic for the Maldives because our country's energy challenges are really enormous. The Maldives depends almost entirely on imported fossil fuels to meet our energy needs. The imported diesel costs us a fortune, leaving us at the mercy of volatile global energy markets. And our islands are scattered across the sea, making economies of scale impossible. Considering this, and despite the fact that the Maldives fossil fuel emissions are relatively negligible, it is perhaps no surprise that the government's policy is to quit fossil fuels as quickly as possible and replace them with something the Maldives has in abundance: sunshine. As a country on the front line of the climate crisis, a transition to renewables is not just about mitigation, but also adaptation. To achieve this transformation from an economy run on diesel to one powered by the sun will require substantial amounts of foreign capital and investments. It will also need reliable data and innovative technology. We stand to benefit on both accounts. Firstly, the ever-falling price of renewable energy and battery storage makes the Maldives' transition to renewables an increasingly attractive investment. Secondly, the Maldives stands to benefit from the digital revolution happening in the energy sector as well. The science is so clear and the technology is available. Countries like the Maldives just need access to it. World leaders, negotiators, donors, funding agencies, all of us are now gearing up for COP26 to be held in Glasgow. But the planet really does not have the room for negotiations. Based on the facts, it is really high time to start giving away on those hard positions we have been holding on to for the past couple of years. I don't like to think of the Maldives just as victims, but we can also be victors in this. But we can't do this unilaterally. We need the entire world to get behind the science and transition to a world fueled by renewables. While we are thankful for the generous support and from our development partners and institutions for assisting us in the development of our country's energy sector, further finances are crucial in ensuring the achievement of our targets. International cooperation is fundamental to Maldives to ensure its development and achieving our target. Therefore, I would like to call for the continued support from international agencies. Before concluding, I'd like to thank the ISA and its secretariat for hosting this dialogue and providing the opportunity to share our story. I wish you all a very good evening and thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Can we go to the next speaker?
We have the Honorable Lamine Seydou Traoré, the Minister for Mines, Energy and Water from Mali. Minister.
Bonjour à tous. Merci de me donner la parole pour intervenir lors de cette session. Donc, je voudrais, avec la permission de tous, vraiment adresser nos sincères félicitations et remerciements au directeur général de l'Agence solaire internationale. Mais auparavant, Mesdames et Messieurs les présidents de l'Assemblée générale de l'Alliance solaire internationale, Mesdames et Messieurs les présidents et vice-présidents des différentes régions de l'Alliance solaire internationale, Mesdames et Messieurs les ministres et chefs de délégation, honorables délégués, et le gouvernement du Mali, par ma voix, tient à remercier pour avoir organisé la 4e Assemblée générale de l'Alliance solaire internationale dans cette conjoncture difficile pour le monde entier. Une conjoncture douloureuse et économiquement affectée par la crise sanitaire due à la maladie à coronavirus. Mais aussi et surtout pour les efforts louables consentis pour le développement de notre organisation qui est l'Alliance solaire internationale. Nos sincères remerciements s'adressent également au secrétariat général de l'Alliance pour l'ensemble des activités réalisées depuis la création de notre organisation commune. Je voudrais particulièrement, à mon nom propre et au nom de tout le gouvernement du Mali, adresser mes chaleureuses félicitations au directeur général, M. Aja Mathur, pour la qualité de sa présentation et son engagement indéfectible pour l'Alliance. Mesdames et Messieurs, permettez-moi de réaffirmer l'engagement des plus hautes autorités maliennes avec l'Alliance solaire internationale et me féliciter aussi de la qualité de la coopération que le Mali entretient avec l'Alliance en particulier et l'Inde en général. L'objectif global de la politique énergétique au Mali est de contribuer au développement durable du pays à travers la fourniture de services énergétiques accessibles au plus grand nombre. Alors, donc, notre objectif au Mali, c'est vraiment de faire en sorte de contribuer au développement durable du pays à travers la fourniture de services énergétiques accessibles au plus grand nombre de la population, mais en même temps favoriser la promotion des activités socio-économiques. Mais l'un des objectifs spécifiques de notre politique énergétique, et de loin, c'est l'objectif le plus important, c'est de diversifier le mix énergétique en limitant notamment l'utilisation d'unités thermiques utilisant des combustibles importés, tout en faisant la promotion de l'autosuffisance à travers la valorisation des ressources énergétiques nationales, le solaire, la biomasse et l'hydroélectricité. En effet, mon pays, le Mali, possède d'énormes potentialités en énergie renouvelable, surtout en solaire, avec un rayonnement intense et bien réparti sur le territoire national. 5 à 7 km/h par mètre carré par jour et 300 jours par an d'ensoleillement, soit une moyenne de 2800 heures par an. Au même moment, on constate que le taux d'électrification reste très faible, de l'ordre de 52% en 2020, avec un accroissement de la demande annuelle de 10%. Eu égard à cet état de fait, le gouvernement du Mali s'est fixé un objectif très ambitieux mais réaliste de 35% d'énergie renouvelable, hors moyenne et grande hydro, dans le mix énergétique d'ici à 2030, avec une grande part d'énergie solaire photovoltaïque. Mesdames et messieurs, pour atteindre cet objectif, mon pays fonde beaucoup d'espoir sur l'accompagnement et le soutien de l'Agence solaire internationale, mais aussi et surtout de l'Inde. Dans cette perspective, divers projets sont en cours, dont le projet de construction d'une centrale solaire photovoltaïque avec stockage de 50 mégas à Fana pour 60,65 milliards de dollars US et le projet de réalisation d'un village durable par le biais de l'irrigation solaire photovoltaïque et des technologies d'énergie renouvelable sur 2500 hectares pour 22 millions de dollars. Tous ces projets, il est important de rappeler que ces projets sont financés par, en tout cas, ces projets ont reçu l'accord de financement de Exim Bank Inde. Donc, c'est le lieu vraiment de remercier ce partenaire qui est Exim Bank Inde. Aussi, dans le cadre du renforcement des capacités, le Mali a bénéficié de plusieurs formations, dont une formation des formateurs sur les technologies solaires et une formation sur la mobilisation de fonds pour les projets, entre autres. Le Mali a également été retenu pour abriter un centre de renforcement des capacités dans le domaine de l'énergie solaire, dans le cadre du programme STAR-C. Mesdames et messieurs, les autorités maliennes expriment encore une fois ici par ma voix toute leur gratitude aux autorités indiennes pour leurs engagements à contribuer au développement de l'énergie solaire au Mali. Je voudrais aussi particulièrement adresser mes sincères remerciements au ministre en charge de l'énergie de la République de l'Inde et de tout le gouvernement indien pour les efforts qu'il déploie sur le développement des énergies renouvelables. J'ose donc espérer que le développement des projets que nous avons cités et qui sont en cours sera accéléré. Encore une fois, toutes mes félicitations s'adressent au directeur général de l'Alliance solaire internationale pour le travail formidable qu'il a eu à accomplir pendant son mandat. Je vous remercie de votre aimable attention. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Can I again request members to be brief, because otherwise it will take a long time. We'll be here late into the night. Can we call out the next speaker, please?
We have the Minister of Energy Transition and Sustainable Development from Morocco, Her Excellency Leila Ben Ali.
Thank you very much. Do you hear me? Yes, I think you do. It's with a great interest and pleasure that I'm participating today in the 4th Assembly of the International Solar Alliance. And I also want to take this opportunity to share with you some of the experience of Morocco in the matter of energy transition, and to really reinforce our cooperation and strategic partnerships, since I understand this is really the spirit of these alliances. I also want to take this opportunity to thank His Excellency Singh and Dr. Ajay Mathur, the Director General of ISA, for the special invitation to participate in this assembly. I think the energy challenges that we are facing today can only be addressed through an enlarged international cooperation to really benefit from the existing complementarities that we have in Converge all the opportunities of cooperation into concrete projects of common interest. So I really think that ISA can support this consolidation of regional integration and really push for a new global energy order. And ISA, I think, can also play a key role in developing solutions that are appropriate for the development of renewable energies and generalize solar solution through financing, R&D, and capacity building. I like the sentence saying that the sun is always shining somewhere else, but we have more than 1 billion people lacking access to electricity, and more than that, lacking access to modern forms of energy. So I think in the debate that we have today, it's not only about the contribution of solar in the energy transition, but really about the question of the roles of the future of these different forms of production, centralized and decentralized. And as you know, the engagement of the Kingdom of Morocco in energy transition is really a political choice that was done by His Majesty the King Mohammed VI, may God assist him, more than a decade ago. We have an ambitious strategy based essentially on renewable energy, energy efficiency, and reinforcing regional integration. So as you know, Morocco has decided to go beyond the target of 52% of renewable energy in electricity mix by 2030. And this vision has already started bearing some fruits. We have more than 48 renewable projects of more than 3,900 megawatts that are already in service. And we have more than 50 projects either in planning stage or being developed. I think it's important to note here that this has all been possible because we put in place a strong regulatory framework and institutional framework that we still continue to work on to attract, to improve business for developments and attract the right investments. We have new initiatives that are upcoming. Some of them, as you know, in the area of the roadmap of developing green hydrogen, also adding 400 megawatts of solar PV, particularly focusing on 6 sites for small and medium enterprises to create decent jobs at the local level, valuing biomass, integrating desalination and some forms of renewable energy, and of course, pushing for more R&D in green technologies. So today, I will not bore you a lot with numbers, but we have more than 750 megawatts installed of solar energy. That investment was more than $3 billion today, up to today. And we want to add to that more than 1900 megawatts that is being developed in the area of solar energy with an investment of another $1 billion that is coming up. But that is not enough for us. If you want to reach the scale that we really want to improve the regulatory framework and the legislative framework that we have for renewables. One last word on Africa. We talked about connecting regional markets. We think that Africa has all the assets to play a key role, and we are quite progressive in trying to develop a market and then projects to really improve that regional and inter-regional connections that we are talking about here. So to finish, I would like to thank you and to really reassure you of the support of the Ministry of Energy Transition and Sustainable Development of Morocco of this partnership, because we see it as mutually beneficial for all the partners in the International Solar Alliance. And I would like to congratulate you for the excellent organization of this seminar today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Can we go to the next speaker?
I see that the Honorable Minister from Guyana, Mr. Devdutt Inder, is back with us. Mr. Inder, can I request you for your statement?
DG, can I be afforded maybe 2 minutes to just get it up? I just started up my computer. Can I be afforded a chance to come back in?
Sure. Meanwhile, we have a video message from the Honorable Minister from Italy.
Excellencies, colleagues, Director General, it is a great pleasure and an honor for me addressing the Ministerial Assembly of the International Solar Alliance. It is the first one to which Italy is participating since we have recently joined this organization. Indeed, we have been among the very first countries to enter the alliance since it was decided to open the membership to all UN countries. We truly believe that this is the right decision to follow because the clean energy transition is a global challenge and we must face it and win it together. Multilateralism is the core of international cooperation, and therefore, universal organizations like the International Solar Alliance are a core asset for our common efforts. In this respect, I would like to congratulate the Indian leadership for the rapid improvement of the international stance of ISA, a key actor in the world energy governance. Solar power is deemed to be the main source of energy in the near future. Since a long time, Italy has been at the forefront of solar power generation, storage, and distribution. Italy is the sixth country in the world for installed solar capacity and second in the EU. Moreover, we are the first country in the world for the percentage of solar photovoltaic power produced related to the total domestic electricity generation. And we are determined to do more. As G20 presidency and partner in the COP26, Italy has resolutely put the clean energy transition and the green economy at the core of the international political agenda. Within the EU Recovery Plan, our National Resilience and Recovery Plan has dedicated 40% of the total funds to the ecological transition, with a specific provision to further advance technological development of photovoltaic solutions, including storage and power grids. We are also keen on strengthening energy communities and self-consumption, both particularly significant for energy security and for the fight against energy poverty. The energy transition towards cleaner sources and zero-emission energy systems is an unquestionable priority. I firmly believe that it is the interest of all of us to make the most out of the International Solar Alliance. So, what we can do more? I think we should deepen the synergies between public and private sectors. For example, by creating an advisory council for energy companies and eventually for regulators. We know that the world of energy governance is fast changing. ISA has a unique opportunity because if solar energy will be the heart of our energy future, ISA could be at the heart of global energy governance. ISA can do many things, but cannot do everything. Therefore, we need to strengthen cooperation with other big energy agencies in order to maximize synergies and avoid duplication of efforts and depletion of resources. Last but not least, we have to keep in mind the great importance of promoting equality and gender policies as a key asset for ISA. We look forward to initiatives that may include the empowerment of women in the solar energy sector as a cross-cutting issue for all ISA initiatives. Italy's engagement with the International Solar Alliance has just started, and we look forward to further occasion to constructively work together. I thank you for your attention, and I wish you a good work.
We thank the Italian minister for that message. Let's move on to the next speaker.
Minister Inder, can we take you up next?
Yes, DG, if that is okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Excellencies, Director General Ajay Mathur, all other invitees and excellencies on the call, thank you very much for having us. So Guyana has been on the forefront of low carbon development. Guyana, 13 years ago, embarked on the low carbon development strategy, what we call in Guyana, the LCDS. At this point, we are a net zero emitter because of our huge standing forests. We are a carbon sink. Currently, our government has embarked on a renewed low carbon development strategy, taking into account the new realities of the blue economy and in light of global calls for reduction of greenhouse gases. In this vein, we in Guyana currently use fossil fuels for the generation of our power. We have about 185 megawatts of power that is generated that is generated from fossil fuels, and our trajectory is to phase this out. In our plans, we have a gas to energy project that will use natural gas, which is a cleaner form of fuel, a bridging fuel, for 300 megawatts of power. And we have a new hydro project that we will use to generate 165 megawatts of power. Together, those with our renewable energy initiatives, which is about another 50 megawatts of solar, grid tie, and other small microgrids, we are making our energy mix sufficient enough to continue on the trajectory of a zero carbon emitter, a net zero carbon emitter. This, my friends and colleagues, is where our country is heading. We have put in place tax incentives for solar panels, batteries, inverters, LED bulbs. We have a 2-year tax holiday on private investment on solar energy. And we promulgate and we educate our people using information and literature out of the ISA so that our people can understand that renewable energy is cheaper and cleaner, and demonstrating that as well. So our country is on a path that is in keeping with the International Energy Agency call for ensuring that we do not go above 1.5 degrees Celsius temperature rise by year 2050. So we are leading in this regard, and we are willing to share our strategy with member states so that persons can gain from our strategy that we've used 13 years to date. Our commitment will go further at COP26, which will be led by our Vice President himself, Dr. Bar Jagdia, who led the low carbon development strategy, its formation and implementation. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having us at the International Solar Alliance. As the Vice President of the Latin America and Caribbean countries, a lot of the states are small island states, developing states that require much investment in renewable energy. As I've been meeting with the Latin American and Caribbean member states, the single call from every member state is investment that is needed, and the financial institution, the international financial institutions, their readiness to support renewable energy initiative and how we can remove and reduce the amount of hoops that member states have to jump through to get to a place where they can access financing for low carbon initiatives, especially with solar PVs and so on. Excellencies and DG, thank you very much for having Guyana give a brief remarks. I thank you.
So,
thank you, Honorable Minister. Let's move to the next speaker.
We have completed with all the ministers. Now we move to the representatives of the countries. We will again take them alphabetically. And the ones that I have on my list are, I'll say A, B, the countries whose names begin with A, B, and C to start with: Argentina, Australia, Belize, Benin, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Cambodia, and Cuba. These are the first 10 speakers. So let us start with Argentina.
So before we begin, just another request for interventions to be brief. So if you can be brief, it will help all of us. Thank you.
Can we start with Argentina, please?
Please mute their mic, except for the member who is speaking.
If we don't have Argentina, can we start with Australia? Ambassador O'Farrell.
Thank you very much, Secretary, Directorate General, and distinguished delegates. Australia would like to thank ISA for this opportunity and to acknowledge the governments of India and France for their commendable efforts in guiding this critical global initiative to where it is today. As a global community, interconnected beyond physical boundaries, we share common interests, particularly on how to reduce emissions while ensuring economic growth and prosperity. Australia's focused on ensuring new and emerging low emission technologies become cost competitive with existing approaches. Australia's developed a technology investment roadmap to accelerate low emissions technology deployment, and the roadmap will guide around $20 billion of Australian government investment over the decade to 2030, and we expect to leverage more than 80 billion of total investment from the private sector and governments over the same period. This will include solar energy and technologies. As you know, solar energy has long been recognised as an important energy resource with significant potential to help countries lower their emissions, and ISA shoulders a key role in realising this potential. Australia will continue to support ISA by resourcing the Secretariat, sharing its knowledge and expertise in the solar sector with other ISA members. Australia continues to progress on decreasing emissions and is on track to exceed our 2030 emissions reduction target. Solar energy has and continues to play a key role with achievements, with Australia having the highest installed capacity of solar photovoltaics per capita in the world. 1 in 4 Australian homes now has solar rooftop, and which is the highest uptake anywhere globally. By the end of this decade, an additional 24 gigawatts of rooftop solar is projected to be deployed, which will almost triple capacity. This rapid uptake of solar is helping drive a significant change in Australia's power generation mix. Australia sees huge potential in deepened cooperation amongst countries in our region to accelerate realistic, sustainable, and scalable solutions in solar that support economic growth and opportunity for all. We'll continue to support technology transfer to the world's developing countries that have abundant solar, but inadequate access to reliable, affordable electricity. We believe this is an important pillar of addressing energy poverty and ultimately reducing emissions via global effort. Australia also has a significant expertise it can share on supportive technologies such as distributed generation, storage, and mini-grids for remote locations. Secretary, in conclusion, I want to congratulate you, your minister, and the Modi government for the idea, establishment, continued growth, and ongoing success of this organisation. It's yet another example of the beneficial global impact of India's leadership. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Ambassador Farrell. Thank you very much, and particularly for those kind words. Can we go on to the next speaker?
Next, we have Belize. Do we have the representative of Belize here? If not, can I request the representative from Benin? If not, can I request the representative from Botswana? Can I request the representative from Burkina Faso? Oh, okay. Let's send him the link. We have the minister from Burkina Faso. We will take him on as soon as we are able to connect to him. Next, can I request the representative from Cambodia?
Yeah. Honorable the President and Co-President of the 4th Assemblies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is great pleasure to join you today in the high-level segment of the 4th assemblies of the international. On behalf of the Royal Government of Cambodia, I wish to express our sincere thanks and appreciation to the ISA Secretariat for making this visual meeting possible. This is more important than ever as the climate change is intensifying and energy demand increasingly. I would like to reiterate here Cambodia's commitment to ISA cooperation framework and initiative for promotion of visible, affordable, renewables, and climate-friendly energy alternatives. There is solar energies. Cambodia has been working toward clean and renewable energies and gradually increasing our investment in the area of support our greener and more sustainable vision of the futures. The Royal Government of Cambodia, as stated in our main socio-economic agenda known as the Regional Strategies Phase 4, aims to transform Cambodia into inclusive, sustainable, high-income country by 2050. To this end, Cambodia has been formalizing series of policy planning and strategy, including national policy on energy efficiencies. The latter is essential, guided by our vision to achieve the most efficient transformations of the electricity consumption in Cambodia to help promote a strong, vibrant, competitive, and sustainable national economy by creating favorable environment for increasing investment opportunity in the energy efficiency. In recent decades, Cambodia has become one of the Southeast Asia fastest growing economy with the annual average growth rate of 7% from 2010 and 2019. The energy sector has been affected by this strong economy expansion in three ways. First, is a speedy rise in urgency consumption, particularly for electricity. The second is a growing reliance on imported energies, particularly oil and coal. And the third is the greater proportions of fossil fuels in energy mix. In this context, Cambodia is stepping up efforts to improve energy security, lower energy costs, and boost overall economic competitiveness by lowering the burden of energy cost on the consumer, reducing greenhouse gas emissions and other pollutants, and developing new markets for solar as well as energy efficiency technology and services. However, some of the most critical challenges we face include a lack of visible technologies and limited private sector investment due to the lack of pipeline of bankable projects and high perceived and non-financial risk. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, the ISA members country has a huge solar energy potentials, and we need to turn that potential into reality and realize mission every home, no matter how far away, will have a light at home. We expect our alliance to promote more collaborative action to address key common challenges in scaling up solar energy application in line with needs, realizing investments, taking coordinated action through an activity at activity, better harmonization, aggregations of demand, risk, and resources, promoting solar finance, technology, innovation, R&D, and capacity building. Cambodia concur with the declaration by the President that a resolution is underway where fossil fuel are being displaced by solar energy, which has surpassed the former in terms of economics, visibility, and the future to be shaped by efforts of ISA. Here in clean energy will be opportunity across multitude of the appreciation. Cambodia also acknowledged the report on the progress of ISA and its program, activity, and initiative, and support the strategic plan for the next 5 years. We take note of the appreciation for the update of One Sun, One Bowl, One Grape initiative. The update of compost fund of ISA, the advocacy plan for the International Solar Alliance at the COP26, and the status of the appreciation of observer status for the International Solar Alliance at the UN General Assembly, and the process made in establishing the institutional linkage between ISA and the UN. Before my conclusion, I wish to express our sincere thanks to all who have contributed to ISA's good progress, particularly in the efforts to assist member countries by providing technical and financial support for the implementation of innovative pilot solar project. For instance, in Cambodia, with assistance from Embassy of India, is developing the project titled Solar Power of Grid, Improved Sanitation Solution for Cambodia, which is implemented in the eco-tourism islands of Sihanouk province. And we would like to take this opportunity to particularly thank the government of India for kind support. Cambodia joins ISA to thank the European Union and the governments of the Republic of France for their support to the solar technology applications and resources centers project. Cambodia also acknowledged the invitation to join the program set on scaling solar mini grids and program 4 on scaling solar rooftop. Finally, I wish the fourth assembly a fruitful success. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Wan. I hope the following speakers will be briefer. So can we call out the next speaker, please?
Can I request the representative from Cameroon to take the floor? If not, can I request the representative from Côte d'Ivoire to take the floor? Would somebody from Cuba like to speak? We noted that your minister was... Yes, please go ahead.
Señor Presidente, señor Director General, distinguidos ministros, delegados e invitados. Es un honor para Cuba participar en la cuarta Asamblea General de la Alianza Solar y contribuir con ISA como vicepresidente para América Latina y el Caribe. Queremos destacar los loables esfuerzos de ISA por lograr que la energía solar esté disponible todo el tiempo a un costo asequible para todos. Cuba, dentro de sus prioridades, tiene garantizar el acceso de toda nuestra población y de la economía nacional a un suministro suficiente y seguro de energía limpia y sostenible. Tenemos como meta lograr que el 100% de la energía que necesitamos se produzca a partir de fuentes renovables. Agradecemos a los organizadores de este evento por la oportunidad brindada para participar y compartir con los países miembros de la Alianza Solar. Cuba agradece el apoyo brindado por la Alianza Solar en su empeño de cambiar su matriz energética. Muchas gracias.
I am not hearing the.
I think we have lost the link.
I did not hear the English interpretation. I hope others did. That completes up to the. Sorry.
I think we can move forward to the next speaker.
Thank you. We now have the Democratic Republic of Congo, then Denmark, Dominica, Egypt, El Salvador, Equatorial Guinea, Ethiopia, Gabon, Ghana, and Guinea. Those are the next 10 speakers. So can I start with the Democratic Republic of Congo? Can I next request the representative of Denmark to take the floor? Representative of Denmark? Can I request the representative from Dominica to take the floor? From the Dominican Republic. Can I request the representative from Egypt to take the floor? Can I request the representative from El Salvador?
Yes, Egypt here.
Oh yes, please go ahead.
Can we take 1 second, please?
Yes,
sorry.
Absolutely. Dr. Ahmed, I'm so glad that you're here with us.
Yes, thank you. Send 1 minute, 1 second, 1 second.
After Egypt, we have El Salvador, then Equatorial Guinea, then Ethiopia, Gabon, Ghana, and Guinea. While we wait for a colleague from... Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to High Excellency Director General, International Solar Alliance. I'd like to also express the deepest appreciation for the positive and the continuous cooperation between Egypt and ISA. We should acknowledge the fast pace of growth in the solar energy sector, noting that solar energy has become competitive enough to meet energy needs of global population, while ensuring fast economic growth and creating green jobs. As we all know, the International Solar Alliance aims to provide a dedicated platform for cooperation among solar resource-rich countries through achieving the common goal of increasing the use of solar energy in meeting energy needs of prospective ISA member countries in safe, convenient, affordable, and sustainable manner. Ladies and gentlemen, let me briefly share with you what Egypt has done over the last 6 years, address the challenge faced in the energy sector, and to create enabling an environment to encourage private sector participation. After a shortage approximation 15 to 20 of maximum demand, we added around 200 gigawatt of power generation during the last 6 years, and we turned from shortage to surplus. Currently, we are focusing on the improvement and upgrading the transmission and distribution networks, including extra high voltage substation, control center, as well as a smart grid. Our strategy is relying on transmission to smart grid, which will contribute significantly to improve electricity efficient and reduce carbon emission, as well as reduce the investment required for infrastructure for electric network. In addition, in order to get benefit from Egypt's natural resource, especially renewable energy and integrated sustainable energy strategy for 2035, we approved in which the share of renewable energy is the total installed capacity in Egypt will reach 42% in 2035. We are now close to achieving our target for the renewable energy participation to reach about 20 of the peak load in the Egypt by the end of this year. Regarding our success story at Bimban Solar Park, the most important point I would like to underline here is the private sector engagement to implement the project. The Bimban project is a pioneering project in terms The Bimban project is a pioneering project in terms of financing mechanism and scale of the project, which has helped to develop sustainable alternative to low-cost and environmental friendly energy, while working to increase investment opportunity offered to the private sector to contribute the creation of new jobs. 32 international and local investors were involved to build one of the largest solar parks in the world, located in one place. Egypt now has long and groundbreaking experience in field of renewable energy, either for establishing public and private projects, which lead to gaining deep experience that can be shared with either member countries. A result of this success story, a great number of investors become confident in Egypt's energy sector. The pricing of renewable energy decreased so that the last pricing will got under the BOO scheme are 2 cents per kilowatt hour for solar energy and 3 cents per kilowatt hour for wind. Ladies and gentlemen, developing renewable energy lies at the very core of the energy transition. In the regard, energy storage technology may have an important contribution soon in the order to execute the transition, as it can store energy to make up for intermittent natural of source such as solar and wind. Also, in order to take advantage of the energy produced from renewable energy and store it used to peak load, electricity sector has taken the necessary arrangement to study establishment of pumping and storage plants. Recently, we are working in different technologies that will help us in our energy transition way, as waste to energy, e-mobility, smart grid, water desalination using renewable energies, and clean hydrogen, whereas a lot of measures have been taken to develop hydrogen in Egypt, such as a Prime Minister decree has been issued for forming a high-level working group from various ministers to set a roadmap for future steps for using hydrogen, which include preparing a national strategy for hydrogen production in accordance to requirement of concerned sector. The working group finished the final report and recommendation. Now we are taking the necessary arrangement to conducting hydrogen national strategy. In addition, a number of other companies have submitted offers for cooperation projects that are currently beginning studies. I would like to conclude by emphasizing the need of coordinating and working together to reach out our target in deploying solar energy in all member countries of IDA. I wish you a successful deliberation and constructive discussion. Thank you for your kind attention, and I wish you fruitful deliberations and successful meeting. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please. I think you are on mute.
Good morning. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Okay, can you hear me?
Hello. Can I speak from Senegal?
Please go ahead. Senegal, please go ahead.
Ok. Merci beaucoup. Respectés participants en vos rangs, grades et qualités. Je prends la parole au nom de Madame Sophie Gladima, ministre du Pétrole et des Énergies du Sénégal. Monsieur le Président de l'Assemblée, Messieurs les vice-présidents, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs les ministres et ambassadeurs, distingués délégués. Je voudrais tout d'abord adresser au secrétariat de l'Alliance solaire internationale et à l'Inde qui assure la présidence de cette Assemblée mes félicitations pour la bonne conduite de cette 4e session en dépit des lourdes conséquences de la COVID-19 qui justifie une fois le caractère virtuel de l'Assemblée. Je me réjouis de constater l'engagement constant des pays membres, à l'instar du Sénégal, autour des objectifs de cette alliance. Le plan stratégique quinquennal de l'Asie qui nous a été présenté met l'accent sur 3 axes: l'accès à l'énergie, la sécurité énergétique et la transition énergétique, qui correspondent aux priorités déclinées dans la lettre de politique de développement du secteur de l'énergie pour le Sénégal de 2019 à 2023. En effet, le Sénégal ambitionne d'atteindre l'accès universel à l'horizon 2025, afin de répondre à l'objectif de développement durable numéro 7. Les moyens mis en œuvre pour parvenir à cet ambitieux programme fixé par son Excellence, Monsieur le Président Macky Sall, reposent sur une diversification des sources d'énergie avec une augmentation progressive de la part des énergies propres. En 2020, le taux d'électrification nationale est porté à 78% et il est pour le monde rural de 55%. Les efforts consentis en faveur de la transition énergétique s'inscrivent dans le cadre de la contribution déterminée au niveau national et traduisent la volonté du gouvernement de prendre part à la stratégie globale d'atténuation et de lutte contre les effets du changement climatique, et ce, dans tous les secteurs d'activité. Des projets d'envergure ont été initiés dans ce sens. Parmi cela, un important programme d'éclairage public par voie solaire pour l'étendue du territoire national, qui offre une solution alternative aux populations éloignées, non encore raccordées au réseau, tout en réduisant les émissions de carbone. Nous rappelons que Sénélec, la Société nationale d'électricité, est passée à 30% de capacité de production en énergie renouvelable, solaire, éolien et hydraulique. Les agences spécialisées telles que l'Agence sénégalaise d'électrification rurale, ASER, et l'Agence nationale pour les énergies renouvelables, ANER, mettent en œuvre des projets qui facilitent d'une part l'accès à des services énergétiques fiables, modernes et propres, et qui encouragent d'autre part la création d'activités génératrices de revenus en milieu rural. Il convient à ce propos de souligner et magnifier l'accompagnement technique et financier de l'Alliance solaire internationale dont nous avons bénéficié pour le déploiement d'une technologie de production de froid pour la conservation de produits horticoles alimentés à l'énergie solaire. Ce projet pilote contribue à solutionner un défi majeur du secteur agricole sénégalais qui enregistre en moyenne 35% de pertes annuelles de la production. Monsieur le directeur général de l'Asie, nous nous réjouissons de cet appui et saisissons l'opportunité de la présente tribune pour rappeler l'importance d'une coopération renforcée entre tous les acteurs en faveur de la transition énergétique et de mécanismes de financement bilatéraux et multilatéraux innovants et accessibles. Ces mécanismes de financement doivent être ajustables et diligents et s'accompagner de modèles économiques durables et inclusifs sur le plan de la microéconomie afin de redynamiser le marché. Dans le contexte de la transition énergétique, les défis ne sont toutefois pas exclusivement d'ordre économique et financier. Il est primordial d'accroître les compétences du capital humain en mettant l'accent sur la dimension genre, mais aussi de créer un cadre réglementaire législatif propice. C'est en ce sens que le gouvernement du Sénégal a entrepris d'importantes réformes fiscales telles que l'exonération de la taxe sur la valeur ajoutée TVA de 18% sur les équipements de production d'énergie renouvelable. Des avancées notoires sont également enregistrées en termes d'infrastructures qualité par la mise en place d'un cadre normatif de règles visant à sécuriser le marché des énergies renouvelables. Monsieur le Président de l'Assemblée, Monsieur le Directeur général de l'Asie, distingués participants, permettez-moi de clore mon propos en renouvelant l'engagement sans faille du Sénégal au sein de cette alliance, tout en encourageant le secrétariat de l'Asie à renforcer l'écosystème ainsi créé pour une meilleure exploitation de ces ressources naturelles et gratuites que nous partageons. L'initiative Un Soleil, Un Monde, Un Réseau en dit long et elle est donc à encourager. Je vous remercie de votre aimable attention. Merci.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
I think we have the representative from El Salvador.
Yes, señor.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. Es un honor saludar a las honorables autoridades de la Alianza Solar Internacional, a su presidente, a su secretaría general, así como a los distinguidos delegados de los países miembros de AISA, organizaciones y otros invitados que atienden esta cuarta asamblea. Primero, permítanme extender en nombre del gobierno de El Salvador agradecimientos a AISA y a todos sus miembros por el esfuerzo y objetivos que impulsan continuamente. El apoyo a través de la plataforma de diálogo e identificación de necesidades comunes que la AISA ha conformado para ampliar las aplicaciones de energía solar a nivel global, refuerza el fundamento de nuestro objetivo nacional, es decir, acelerar la transición hacia un futuro usando energía más limpia y proveer un ambiente mucho menos contaminante a la humanidad. Debemos reconocer que las medidas de resiliencia ante los efectos del cambio climático, el acceso universal a la energía, la eficiencia y la seguridad energética son desafíos globales de primera atención y en particular en las regiones de renta media, ante lo cual las energías renovables y las tecnologías más limpias se presentan como una oportunidad para abordar dichos retos de forma holística y efectiva. El gobierno de El Salvador ha confirmado, mediante la definición de líneas estratégicas de largo plazo, que la energía potencia el desarrollo y la recuperación económica y, por tanto, adicionarse a la transición energética es una finalidad de alta prioridad. Con el cumplimiento de estas líneas, buscamos garantizar durante los próximos 30 años el abastecimiento y consumo eficiente de recursos energéticos bajo un enfoque de sostenibilidad, modernización, innovación tecnológica, seguridad energética y neutralidad de carbono. El Salvador ya muestra avances en sus objetivos. El incremento de energías renovables en la matriz de generación eléctrica es una acción de peso importante. Por ejemplo, desde enero hasta septiembre de este año, nuestra matriz energética acumula 85% proveniente de energías renovables, siendo 11% de la electricidad total inyectada por recurso solar fotovoltaico. Dentro de las energías renovables, la energía solar constituye una de las principales fuentes para reducir las emisiones en los sectores difíciles de abatir como las grandes industrias, el transporte y la agricultura. La energía solar ofrece numerosas ventajas en actividades como agricultura, irrigación, bombeo de agua, crioterapia, desalinización, espacios, entre otras. Frente a esas realidades, debemos seguir consolidando los esfuerzos que estamos desarrollando y aprovechar la plataforma de AISA que AISA brinda para la formulación de políticas habilitadoras, el desarrollo de proyectos piloto, la facilitación de financiamiento y la creación de capacidad para promover la solarización global. Consideramos excelente el plan estratégico de AISA para lograr la solarización a nivel global y promover la ruta hacia el carbono neutralidad del sector energético. Pero también consideramos de importancia que estos proyectos sigan ampliándose en los países menos adelantados o en desarrollo. Por lo cual instamos a continuar trabajando en conjunto para identificar y acceder a fondos que nos permitan enfrentarnos al desafío solar global, ampliando las oportunidades para que más países de la región latinoamericana puedan ser partícipes a mediano y largo plazo de los programas de aplicaciones solares para uso agrícola, sistemas solares domésticos, mini redes, tejados solares, movilidad eléctrica, almacenamiento solar, calefacción, refrigeración, gestión de residuos de baterías, energía solar fotovoltaica e hidrógeno y energía solar para hidrógeno verde. Estamos convencidos que nuestro compromiso voluntario por la sostenibilidad, la intensificación del uso de energías renovables y la transición energética nos permitirá lograr la ampliación de las aplicaciones de la energía solar en el mundo, por lo cual les alentamos a continuar trabajando en conjunto para el desarrollo de nuestros países y lograr un mundo libre de contaminación. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Shall we move to the next speaker?
Yes, please.
We have the representative from the Dominican Republic with us. Could I request the representative of the Dominican Republic to take the floor? Can I then request the representative from Equatorial Guinea to take the floor? Yeah, please go ahead. Okay. In which case we move on to Ethiopia. Gabon, Ghana, Guinea.
Bonjour. Honorable Président, honorable membre de cette auguste assemblée, je voudrais, au nom du gouvernement guinéen, vous remercier de l'excellence de l'organisation de la présente session. La Guinée, en tant que pays membre fondateur qui a cru à cette association, à cette alliance depuis le départ, se remercie et se félicite de la croissance positive que notre organisation prend de jour en jour. Nous vous remercions et nous vous félicitons. Nous félicitons la direction qui organise et qui manage cette association. Je voudrais également vous dire que nous voulons vous remercier pour l'apport positif qui a été accordé à la Guinée par rapport à 2 projets de base et qui sont en évolution. Pour notre part, nous sommes un pays qui utilise en majorité l'énergie hydraulique, ça veut dire de l'énergie renouvelable à 90%. Notre objectif aujourd'hui, c'est de mettre en rapport, en parallèle de chaque barrage, une centrale solaire qui nous permettra de remplacer ou sinon économiser l'eau en saison d'étiage pour la journée, dans la journée et la nuit, produire avec de l'hydroélectricité. Ce qui donnera à notre mix énergétique une valeur tout à fait particulière et une valeur ajoutée d'une importance capitale. Je voudrais donc, pour ne pas prendre du temps comme il a été demandé, solliciter quand même un certain nombre de passages. Il s'agira peut-être d'augmenter et de favoriser les échanges d'expériences comme les pays les plus développés ont demandé des échanges d'expériences et la multiplication de la formation au niveau de nos cadres qui n'ont pas assez d'expérience dans le domaine. Nous avons eu un cadre qui a été formé par l'Alliance qui a une très bonne formation. Nous vous remercions. Ici également, le financement des projets. Nous voulons en tout cas que les gens, les promoteurs privés soient encouragés pour travailler avec nous, les pays en voie de développement. Je voudrais également demander, dans le cadre des échanges d'expérience, que les projets types de conventions, les modèles de contrats et les structures de coûts, notamment qui sont les plus attrayants, soient publiés et disponibles pour permettre de faire une comparaison. Je voudrais dans tous les cas remercier et encourager notre organisation pour la poursuite. Merci et merci encore au nom de mon gouvernement pour le progrès que l'Alliance prend de l'ensemble. Merci beaucoup.
Thank you very much. The next speaker, please.
I would like to list the next 10 speakers. They will be Haiti, Jamaica, Japan, Kiribati, Madagascar, Malawi, Mozambique, Myanmar, and Namibia. Can I request the representative from Haiti to take the floor? Can I request the representative from Jamaica to take the floor?
Mr. President, Honorable Minister Singh, Director General Mathur, other honorable ministers, fellow excellencies, distinguished delegates, greetings all. The Honorable Minister Darrell Vaz apologizes for not being able to address this all-important fourth assembly of the International Solar Alliance. Please allow me to express profound gratitude on behalf of Jamaica to the ISA for the critically important work it has done and continues to do. Thank you also to India and France for co-initiating, and thank you again to India for hosting the International Solar Alliance and for the tremendously important role that you play in advancing the interests of developing countries across the globe. As a small island developing state, Jamaica knows only too well the vulnerability faced as a result of global climate change. In our region, the Caribbean, we are increasingly impacted by hurricanes and other extreme weather phenomena. As a committed member, Jamaica is deriving benefit from the work of the International Solar Alliance, accessing grant funding and building capacity with the Banking Solar Initiative, among others. We welcome and congratulate all new members to the International Solar Alliance and encourage even more to join. Jamaica stands committed to the work plan, the recommendations, and the targets set forth by the International Solar Alliance. And as we transition to clean, renewable energy, lesser dependence on fossil fuels, and sustainability, we recognize that this will require all nations. So let us all truly work together, globally concert, if you will, to create and live up to one sun, one world, one grid. On behalf of Jamaica, one love. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Mr. Hall. The next speaker, please.
The next speaker would be the representative of the Kingdom of Japan.
Good evening.
Miyamoto-san? Yeah.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. President, for your excellent stewardship of this important assembly. And thank you, Dr. Mathur, DG of ISA, and everyone from the ISA Secretariat for the excellent organization of this meeting. Japan welcomes the increasingly more active engagement with other international frameworks that ISA is doing recently, such as seeking observer status in the United Nations and making active contributions in the COP26 process. DG Mathur has only been in office since March of this year, but we sincerely believe that he has already made huge contributions in uplifting ISA's visibility in the world, and we congratulate him for his leadership. Some worry that the recent rise in energy prices could have a negative impact in making our transition to clean energy. At a time like this, it is all the more important that international organizations that work in this field to provide accurate and trustworthy data and analysis, and to listen to the voices of the people who are in the fields getting the job done. In doing so, ISA can provide concrete assistance that meet the practical needs of each country, which is different and diverse, and this is very important. We expect ISA to play a role that is mutually complementary with other organizations, but also by promoting activities in areas where it has the comparative advantage. Organizations like IEA and IRENA have a competitive edge in making policy proposals and providing data analysis. But ISA's strong point is that it stands closer to the vulnerable states, and it is in a position to provide assistance that directly affect the situation and the people on the ground. So we continue to have high expectations for ISA. While I have the floor, allow me to briefly touch upon three things. First is transparency and good governance. Second is the need to further enhance the visibility of ISA's work. And lastly, Japan's intention to work with ISA. So on the first point, for any of our endeavors to be sustainable, we need to make sure that they are done in a transparent manner with good governance. We need to make sure that our projects support, not negatively impact on our fundamental values like democracy and human rights. I believe, and my country believes, that ISA has a useful role to play in this regard as well. Secondly, on the need to further enhance the visibility of ISA's work, I am extremely pleased with this year's annual report, and I congratulate Dr. Mathur for his contributions to it. Its content is organized in a more attractive way. I'm also aware that ISA is sending a lot of content on SNS platforms, and ISA's participation in COP26 will provide another opportunity to boost ISA's visibility. However, for the people that are making funding decisions, they probably do not have the time to read through a 40-page report and to understand the true significance of it. They also will not be checking ISA's SNS posts on a regular basis. Therefore, a more concrete and succinct presentation of what ISA is doing in its footprint in the world, like how many people it has reached through each of its projects, might be a useful thing to have. Lastly, on Japan's intention to work with ISA. Japan has always prioritized the actual impact that our projects make on the ground. And we have been providing a vast array of cooperation projects throughout the world, including in the area of solar power generation. In this regard, there is a huge potential for cooperation between ISA and JICA, Japan's International Cooperation Agency, to make sure that our goals and policies are translated to reality on the ground. We have already had one round of discussion between ISA and JICA to find ways in which we can synergize our work, and we would like to continue this discussion with the hope of reaching at a conclusion on what we can do together to make a difference on the ground. India, the host country of ISA, is one of the most important, if not the most important, partners for Japan in the Indo-Pacific region. And therefore, we thank India for hosting ISA, and we look forward to working together through ISA to realize an energy transition to a cleaner energy source in this region. Thank you so much for the time, and thank you again for conducting this meeting in such an expeditious way.
Thank you, Mr. Miyamoto. Next speaker, please.
Namaskar.
Thank you. Can we have the representative from Kiribati? The representative from Madagascar? The representative from Malawi. Can I request the representative from Mauritius to take the floor? Can I request the representative from Myanmar to take the floor?
Yes, as the representative from Myanmar. Thank you, Director General and Mr. President, Honorable Minister and distinguished guests. It is my great honor to speak on behalf of Myanmar Ministry of Electricity and Energy. I wish to express my warmest congratulations on the success of ISA. Energy security is obviously a priority for all of us. Thus, we need to use limited energy sources responsibly and react to threat of the climate change. For electricity generation in Myanmar, mainly rely on two types of resources, hydro and natural gas. Currently, RE share, including hydro in generation mix, is 40%. Natural gas is 57%. Coal and others are 3% out of total generation, 23,532 gigawatt hour. Access to electricity in Myanmar is still low, and to ensure for stable supply. Electrification rate of Myanmar is 60% of total household in 2021. 40% of total households are not yet electrified. In line with the UNFCCC decision, we Myanmar developed nationally determined contribution in which Myanmar commit to unconditional target for renewable energy, excluding hydro of 11%, 2,000 megawatt by 2030. With sufficient international support, Myanmar aims to increase the RE contribution to 17%, 3,070 megawatt, and would make appropriate proportionate reduction in percentage of electricity generation from coal. Intermittent nature of variable renewable energy VRE has a significant impact on the stability of transmission system. Taking into account the fact that we consider thermal power plant as coal as a controller for renewable power plant in transition period during 2021 to 2030. Coal will not increase beyond 2030. Power interconnection from neighboring country will also be 8% share to substitute of coal for the consideration of regional energy security and effective utilization of energy sources. We have the challenges to achieve conditional target of NDC. It will require to provide power systems, increasing renewable energy penetration with generation and certainty in availability. On the other hand, we need to upgrade our weak power system to be smart grid, upgrading the National Control Center smart metering system. And also capacity building is required for grid connected variable renewable energy. Implementation of clean fuel project is also prioritized, such as CNG for the city bus and taxi, LPG for the replacement of cook stoves and electric vehicles. At present in Myanmar, the grid-connected solar farm at Membu is operating 40 megawatt. Last year, we invited an international bidding for private solar project, and now successful bidders are implementing 29 projects, totally 1,030 megawatt. This year, May 2021, we invited second round of international bidding for solar project in 12 different locations for totally 320 megawatt. Moreover, the development of floating solar and rooftop solar are encouraged by the government, especially in industrial zone and shopping complex are installed for self-consumption. In conclusion, I would like to express my most sincere thanks to all for valuable sharing of your expertise, knowledge, and making effort in ISA. Thank you.
Thank you, Myanmar. The next speaker, please.
Could we have the representative of Mozambique, please? Can we have the representative from Namibia? Can we have the representative? Well, the next 10 countries we will take are Nauru, Netherlands, Nicaragua, Niger, Nigeria, Oman, and Papua New Guinea, Peru, and Rwanda. Can I request the representative from Nauru to take the floor? Can I request the representative from Netherlands to take the floor? Can I request the representative from Nicaragua to take the floor? Can I request the representative from Niger to take the floor? Can I request the representative from Nigeria to take the floor?
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, my name is
Please go ahead.
Engineer Farouk Yusuf Yabo, and Rural Power. Honored to read by Nigeria Engineer Abubakar Aliu. And I read, Your Excellencies, the Honorable Ministers, Your Excellency, the Director General of International Solar Alliance, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start by thanking the International Solar Alliance leadership for the efforts they are making to coordinate the development of solar energy around the world, and particularly International Solar Alliance support in Nigeria and Africa. The federal government of Nigeria, under the leadership of His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, has committed to ensure sustainable structures are put in place so that Nigeria have access to reliable, stable, and affordable power using solar energy. Between year 2015 to 2017, Nigeria developed national sustainable energy policies, strategies, and action plans to address energy challenges facing the country. To this end, Nigeria has a target to deliver 30 gigawatts of electricity by the year 2030, with 30% coming from renewable energy in the main grid, which is our electricity vision 30-30-30. While we have a target to provide 13,000 gigawatts of electricity off-grid using mini-grid and standalone system in line with our nationally determined contribution under the Paris Agreement and the SDG goals number 7. I'm happy to announce that we have so far attracted up to $500 million to drive this to the World Bank and African Development Bank, and construction is already in the advanced levels. Your Excellencies, while thanking International Solar Alliance for your leadership role over the years, I want to affirm once again Nigeria's commitment to the ISA's vision, including the realization of One Sun, One World, One Grid OSWORK initiative. Finally, Your Excellency, Nigeria would like to recommend to the International Solar Alliance to continue to develop common risk instruments for mitigation of schemes and project financings that could globally be applied. I would like to continue I look forward to the continuing collaboration at the COP26 in Glasgow. Thank you, Your Excellencies. It's Engineer Abubakar D. Aliu. Thank you.
Thank you, Nigeria. The next speaker, please.
The next speaker would be the Sultanate of Oman. The representative from Papua New Guinea. The representative from Peru.
Muchas gracias. Señor presidente, sean mis primeras palabras para agradecer a usted, al gobierno de la India y de Francia, así como a la Secretaría, por la organización y los preparativos de la Cuarta Asamblea de la Alianza Solar Internacional. Y asimismo felicitar nuevamente al señor Ajay Mathur por su venturoso primer año como secretario general de la Alianza Solar, augurándole muchos éxitos en la conducción de este nuevo organismo internacional. Reciban ustedes los cordiales saludos del señor Ministro de Energía y Minas del Perú, ingeniero Eduardo González Toro, quien lamentablemente, debido a ocupaciones y compromisos de su agenda, no ha podido estar presente esta noche con nosotros. Señor presidente, consideramos que esta es una ocasión propicia para reiterar el compromiso del Perú como miembro fundador de la Alianza Solar en apoyar esta iniciativa conjunta de India y Francia y su plena convicción de que el uso de energías renovables no solo reducirá la contaminación en nuestro planeta, sino que también contribuirá sustantivamente a la formación de sociedades más equitativas a través del uso del potencial de las energías renovables. En esta convicción, la que nos llevó como país a ser sede no solo de la COP20 en el año 2014, que se realizó en Lima, sino también del Sunworld 2019, el primer gran evento de la Alianza Solar organizado fuera de la India, durante la vicepresidencia que le cupo el honor de tener al Perú en la Asamblea de la Alianza. Señor presidente, nosotros, los países miembros de la Alianza, se nos presenta tanto la gran oportunidad como la responsabilidad histórica de trabajar conjuntamente para asegurar un ambiente favorable que permita la transición hacia las energías renovables a la que aspira con urgencia la comunidad internacional. Ello, a su vez, allanará el camino para que el futuro de la energía solar sea inclusivo y que se adapte a las necesidades individuales de nuestros países. En ese sentido, y tal como expresó el Perú en la reunión del Comité Regional de Latinoamérica y el Caribe de este año, vemos con sumo interés el hecho que la Alianza Solar continúe brindando asistencia técnica a los países miembros, los cuales consideramos debe responder a un minucioso estudio técnico de los requerimientos particulares de cada país. Dicha asistencia técnica, así como los estudios regionales que pueda llevar a cabo la Alianza Solar, pueden fungir como importantes insumos para que nuestros gobiernos tomen las decisiones correctas sobre la adopción progresiva de la energía solar a gran escala como parte de nuestras matrices energéticas. El gobierno del Perú tiene la firme convicción y ha fijado en ese sentido la meta de alcanzar el 15% de la matriz energética proveniente de fuentes renovables no convencionales para el año 2030, incluyendo la energía solar. Por ello, la misión y visión de la Alianza Solar se encuentra plenamente alineada con nuestros objetivos de desarrollo en esta materia. Señor presidente, la Alianza Solar es una organización internacional relativamente joven, la que debemos fortalecer para que se puedan alcanzar y consolidar los objetivos ambiciosos que todos nosotros nos hemos trazado. En ese sentido, saludamos los esfuerzos que se vienen efectuando para darle la óptima gobernanza a la Secretaría, realizando todos los esfuerzos para encontrar el mejor talento y excelencia profesional de los países miembros. De igual manera, quisiera resaltar que la Alianza Solar definitivamente juega un rol muy importante en la reactivación económica sostenible de sus miembros. Luego de la pandemia de la COVID-19 que ha afectado a todos nosotros y ha puesto de manifiesto que la humanidad debe actuar conjuntamente para hacer frente a desafíos globales, como lo es la amenaza del cambio climático. En esa línea de ideas, mi país desea resaltar el exhaustivo trabajo conjunto de los países miembros y la Secretaría para formular tanto el plan de trabajo como las iniciativas estratégicas de la Alianza Solar para los próximos años, incluyendo el mecanismo de financiamiento combinado para mitigación de riesgos y las iniciativas para reducir las brechas de viabilidad de proyectos en los países miembros, sobre todo en aquellos con dificultades de acceso al financiamiento. Considerando que la pandemia ha generado, lamentablemente, un retroceso en nuestros avances en la lucha contra la pobreza, Perú se permite exhortar con urgencia a la Secretaría para que adopte un rol de acción proactivo con especial atención para las poblaciones más desfavorecidas de nuestros países. Quisiera también hacer un especial reconocimiento de los esfuerzos de la Secretaría y de los miembros de la Alianza Solar para dar viabilidad financiera a esta organización internacional, considerando la delicada situación económica por la que atraviesan algunos de sus miembros. Señor presidente, finalmente esperamos que la Alianza pueda continuar renovando con ímpetu y realizando sus esfuerzos para lograr una transición global hacia la adopción de energías renovables en el tiempo más corto posible, objetivo para el cual la organización siempre podrá contar con el pleno apoyo de nuestro país, el Perú. Muchas gracias por su amable atención.
Thank you, Ambassador Polo. Next speaker, please. Again, a request for interventions to be brief.
Thank you. The next speakers will be the representatives from Rwanda, Samoa, Saudi Arabia, Seychelles, Somalia, Sri Lanka, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Sudan, and Suriname. So let me request the representative from Rwanda to take the floor.
The President of the Assembly, the Director General of International Solar Alliance, Dr. Gematur, dear participants of protocol observed. I'm Emile Mwepesi, Counselor at the High Commission, and ISA focal person at this mission. Rwanda is a full member of the International Solar Alliance and would like to congratulate the Chair, the Vice Chair, and all member countries of the ISA for the milestone achieved so far and the vibrant future ahead as manifested through the strategic plan presented. The world has never been in need of green energy before, as the global context calls today for a comprehensive solution to address the various crises that affect humanity and generally linked to the global pollution and the degradation of environment. Rwanda has adopted practical policies with the aim of preserving the ecosystem by reducing the gas emissions, and we appreciate that more countries are signing the Kigali Amendment to the Montreal Protocol ahead of the COP26 in Glasgow in the near future. Rwanda is as well appreciating the government of India with regard to the financial support through the lines of credit that inject funds in the clean energy generation and distribution, which complements Rwanda's 2050 vision for universal access to affordable, reliable, and clean energy by its citizens. Once again, congratulations, ISA, to have successfully organized virtually this 4th General Assembly. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much. The next speaker, please.
Can we have the representative of Samoa, please? Can we have the representative from Saudi Arabia take the floor? Can we have the representative from Seychelles take the floor?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, Director General, fellow leaders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a profound honor to address you on the occasion of the ISA Fourth Assembly. Seychelles being one of the senior most in terms of ISA membership, would like to express our sincere appreciation to the government and the people of India for hosting this event, though virtually, and is grateful to the Secretariat of ISA for the excellent organization of the Assembly and ISA's leadership for the continuous support and encouragement received thus far. As a small island developing state, Seychelles has limited land resources, but we remain committed to finding innovative methods of sustainable development for the benefit of our country and our people. Therefore, we are weighing up all the resources available to us in our ocean and take informed choices on how to develop them for our benefit. We are also fully aware that despite having the technologies, the integration of renewable energy to the grid, in particular, variable sources, is very challenging, even more so for isolated systems such as those in island countries like Seychelles. We must explore the golden opportunity renewable energy presents for us, not only strengthening energy security, but also for the provision of clean, affordable, and sustainable energy to combat climate change. This critical role of renewable energy is being re-emphasized here. Therefore, Seychelles has endeavored to clean our energy sector by accelerating the deployment of renewable energy and adoption of energy efficiency measures. In the last 5 years, we have installed or combined solar and wind installation of 15 megawatts capacity. This has enabled us to achieve our renewable energy penetration target of 5% by 2021. Efforts will continue to strengthen our energy security by implementation of further energy efficiency measures and renewable energy installation to meet our 15% target by 2030 with the support of ISA. To that end, supporting policies, legislation, as well as promotional schemes are being prepared. We count on the continued support of the International Solar Alliance and other key partners. Furthermore, a contract has already been awarded for Seychelles Marine Floating Solar PV project of 5 megawatt capacity, which will be the first IPP project for Seychelles, and on track to be the first utility-scale floating PV on marine environment in Africa. We are in the negotiation phase of the project agreement, and we envisage commissioning it in 2022. Seychelles will need ISA support and resources in advocacy and analysis, capacity enhancement, and technical assistance in exploring renewable energy program support. Some of our immediate needs are scaling solar application for agriculture use, focusing on providing greater energy access, and a sustainable irrigation solution to farmers through deployment of solar water pumping system and cold storage facility for small farmers. We envisage to have increased use of off-grid solar technology across some of our outer islands, which are essential to harness clean and affordable energy and transform the lives of hundreds of our people. As I conclude, I wish to reaffirm our full support of the vision and mission of ISA, making solar energy available at an affordable rate, facilitating financing for solar energy, and promoting solar mini-grid. Seychelles support the ISA strategic framework for 2022 to 2026, which is built around 3 priority areas of delivering to member countries to realize 5 outcomes. The first priority areas is analytic and advocacy that will help all member countries. The second focuses on capacity development for all developing country members of ISA. And the third priority area focus is on deploying program resources to least developed countries and small island developing states like Seychelles. As a direct contribution to growing solar investment and taking the impact to scale in the poorest and most vulnerable member countries. Seychelles also support the Green Grid initiative, One Sun, One World, One Grid, which is the most affordable option for all countries to meet our energy needs efficiently by 2030 by building grid infrastructure, supporting clean power investment in renewable and in energy storage, modernizing power system by developing and deploying cutting-edge technologies, and developing innovative financial instruments. I strongly believe that the 5-year strategic plan of the ISA will help in improving electricity access to the population of Africa. Furthermore, the ISA flagship program, like the Scaling Solar Application for Agriculture Use Program, which Seychelles are looking forward to assist small-scale farmers to have access to solar pumps for irrigation purposes and solar-powered cold storage, which is a priority to the farmers in the country for storing perishable fruits, vegetables, flowers, and other farm products. This shows clearly that ISA is built around a roadmap for interconnected solar energy infrastructure at regional and global scale. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Agricole. Next speaker, please.
Could we have the representative from Somalia? Could we have the representative from Sri Lanka?
I'm here.
Sorry, please, sorry. Yes, Your Excellency.
Yes. Thank you, Director General, honorable ministers, excellencies, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Let me at outset apologize for our Minister of Energy and Water Resources for not being able to participate to this assembly due to domestic exigencies. Excellencies, it gives me great honor to represent my country to participate in this important virtual gathering of the 4th Assembly of the International Solar Alliance. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the people in the government of India and the ISA Secretariat for their vision to scale up solar projects in member states and their dedication during the COVID-19 situation. We hope we will meet in person at the next assembly. Excellencies, our president of this ISA General Assembly gives us opportunity to express our challenges in the energy sector. Somalia has the highest renewable resource potential of all African nations. Extended periods of sunshine with 310 sunny days, which will give a potential to even sell power to other countries. And untapped hydropower, many promising wind sites, and extensive geothermal energy resources. Somali government made strides in encouraging the use of renewable energy across the country. Our Ministry of Energy and Water Resources is currently implementing utility scale solar projects and facilitation supports to private sectors, companies, to provide solar-based solutions to remote communities and also solar hybridization of existing diesel generators to reduce the dependency of fossil fuel. Since the last special session of the ISA Assembly, Somalia has developed the least cost electrification plan to achieve the universal access and prepare to reform the sector. I'm happy to say that solar technologies were selected as one of the best solutions in terms of technical and financial to reach universal access in collaboration with ISA. Somalia can make great achievements of its targets in the near future. Excellencies, with all these resources and efforts, Somalia's power energy faces a significant challenge, including lack of sufficiency trained labor, high investment costs, scarcity of energy productive supplier, and poor infrastructure. As a post-conflict and LDC country, this will not be an easy endeavor without the support of more developed countries and advanced economies in investing, establishing joint venture, co-financing, and capacity building efforts that can facilitate and roll out of our solar energy across Somalia. Excellencies, energy is central to nearly every major challenge and opportunity the world faces today, including adaptation to climate change, poverty,
Your Excellency, you are muted. Your Excellency, you are muted. Madam Ambassador.
I think, ma'am, you are muted. Please unmute yourself.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay now. Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, you didn't hear me?
No, we missed the last, say, 3 minutes.
Okay, I don't know where, up to where you heard. I can just conclude then.
No, you can go back 2 paragraphs and then we can hear you again.
Okay, I said, okay, excellencies is central to nearby every major challenges and opportunities the world faces today, including adoption of climate change, poverty eradication, food security, health, education, job, and transport. We believe that concerted effort from the entire world by a rapid transition to renewable, clean, and green energy sources can save the one planet that we share. I would like to praise India's domestic quick progress in recent years and the global various initiatives taken in the green energy field. In conclusion, I want to congratulate you all and the entire ISA family, government of France, India, and development partners for the successful organization's work. Thank you for your attention.
Thank
I
you.
hope you heard me.
Yes, we heard you clearly. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
Could we have the representative from Sri Lanka, please?
Okay.
Could we have the representative from St. Vincent and the Grenadines? The representative from Sudan. The representative from Suriname. Sudan.
Yeah,
Yes.
hello, I am here. Yeah, from Sudan. Thank you for the opportunity. Excellencies, Honorable Minister and delegates from participating countries, esteemed ISA team, Director General of International Solar Alliance, Mr. Ajay Mathur. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to ISA Secretariat for the efforts that are done to organize this meeting and moving forward on our organization's goals. As you all know, Sudan is a wide country of about 2 million square kilometers with vast natural resources for renewable energy, especially solar. We do believe that should these resources be well invested, we would have complete internal self-sufficiency as well as expert capabilities with good share on regional network projects. However, due to many unfortunate previous experiences, only 40% have current access to power and many doesn't have access to electricity. To raise the electrification rate in large countries like Sudan, we should use solar application on grid and off-grid. Sudan has fertile land depends on diesel and rain-fed irrigation. These areas can be suitable for using solar in irrigation. In addition to that, rural areas depend on diesel for drinking water can be transformed to solar solution, which is economically viable. Solar pumping projects initiated by Global Environmental Facility, GEF, and implemented United Nations development programs and Ministry of Energy and Mining. As a national partner now started to implement 1,468 solar water pumps in the northern state, where people benefited from the irrigation of their land during the last 3 agricultural seasons. This project replicating now in River Nile State by Korean International Cooperation Agency and United UNDP to implement 450 solar water pumps. We have 3 similar projects in White Nile State, North Kordofan State, and West Kordofan State. Moreover, the studies are completed for 10 more states to make similar projects for solar water pumping. On this regard, we are expecting ISA secretaries through Program 1 solar water pump for irrigation to facilitate the mobilization of the fund for 50,000 solar water pumps, which is submitted by Sudan in aggregation demand. Regarding the solar power projects, the Ministry of Energy and Mining commissioned the first hybrid solar plus diesel project, which is the Fashir 5 megawatt solar park, which is now in the commissioning phase. The second hybrid solar plus diesel project in Abdain 5 megawatt in Darfur region, West Sudan, now is almost finished. Regarding the program 6 cluster solar park, we submitted 200 megawatt of a Jumuiya project, and ISA hired consultancy firm to update the feasibility study with assistance by our team. Am I audible?
Oh, yes.
We are considering. Excuse me, I am audible?
Yes,
I'm audible now?
Exactly.
Okay. Now I'm concluding. We are considering a new plan to have that project to be extending to 2,000 megawatt capacity after the first 200 megawatt phase, and might need to shift allocation according towards north from the initially proposed location at the start. It is our intention to implement at least 2 solar projects during the year 2022. So for us, it is time to start on practical, consistent, moving with a well-drawn time frame for program that ISA would need to support. It is the Sudanese government commitment to continue working under ISA to achieve all its goals. Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Can we have the representative from Suriname? And then we have Tanzania, Togo, Tonga, Suriname, Tanzania, Togo,
Oui, le Togo est là. Okay. Oui.
Yes, please go ahead, please.
Messieurs, dames, bonsoir. Excellence, Monsieur le Président de l'Assemblée de l'Alliance solaire internationale, Excellences, Mesdames et Messieurs les vice-présidents de l'Asie, distingués participants, Mesdames et Messieurs, notre délégation félicite le secrétariat de l'Asie, le DG et la République de l'Inde pour la parfaite organisation de cette 4e assemblée. Madame la ministre nous a désignés pour la représenter et à ce titre, je décline son message. Voilà ce qu'elle dit. C'est pour moi un grand honneur et en même temps un privilège d'être invité à cette 4e assemblée de l'Alliance solaire internationale. Ainsi voudrais-je exprimer ma fierté pour faire partie à ce moment où la communauté internationale, sous l'impulsion de l'Asie, s'engage davantage pour une cause commune, notamment le développement de l'énergie solaire dans nos différents pays, pour à la fois sauvegarder l'environnement et aussi prévenir l'épuisement des ressources traditionnelles de génération de l'énergie. Les différents points inscrits à cette assise notamment le plan stratégique de l'ISA, les composantes englobant le cadre de partenariat pays, la stratégie d'engagement du secteur privé, le fonds fiduciaire multi-donateur pour les programmes de soutien, stratégie d'atténuation des risques de financement mixte sont des mesures capitales pour l'Alliance solaire internationale dans l'avancement de son programme. Mesdames et messieurs, notre coopération repose sur la conviction profonde d'une nécessaire synergie dans la réflexion, synergie dans le cheminement de cette consolidation, synergie dans la collaboration et dans la coopération. C'est bien dans cette démarche que cette assise a lieu. En effet, le Togo ne ménage aucun effort dans cette démarche continuelle de la mise en œuvre des projets en énergie solaire. Avec la coopération de l'Alliance, le Togo a bâti et mis en branle sa stratégie d'identification. Plusieurs projets solaires ont été mis en œuvre et d'autres sont encore en cours de réalisation. On peut citer parmi les projets le projet d'identification de 350 localités en zone rurale, le projet de construction de la centrale solaire de Dakaon, 3 autres centrales solaires de 35 MW chacune seront mises en service avant 2023. Nous avons également en exploitation une centrale de 50 MW sur le réseau et 4 mini off-grid utilisant 600 kW. Nous avons également en fonctionnement 67 000 kits solaires home system avec nos opérateurs privés. On compte en plus un projet d'irrigation solaire. Au-delà de cette coopération, le Togo s'est lancé dans plusieurs réalisations de projets solaires dans un cadre de partenariat public-privé pour augmenter sa capacité de production d'énergie propre. Ainsi, le Togolais programme-t-il d'installer 190 MW supplémentaires d'ici 2023 selon le plan quinquennal. En plus de cela, la stratégie d'électrification, le gouvernement togolais veut installer plus de 315 mini-réseaux solaires et 755 000 kits solaires distribués pour une puissance cumulée de 85 MW d'ici 2030. Au Togo, le cadre légal et réglementaire d'installation dans le domaine solaire est adopté et actif pour un partenariat public. Le Togo vit un mix de 50% à l'horizon 2030. Mesdames et messieurs, je voudrais poursuivre mes propos au nom du président de la République, Son Excellence M. Faure Essoussou-Moussa Gnassingbé, au nom du gouvernement, au nom du peuple togolais et à mon nom propre, renouveler une fois encore mes remerciements à l'Alliance. La ministre, je vous remercie.
Thank you, Mr. Chato. Next speaker, please.
Can we have the representative of Tonga?
Thank you. Your Excellency, President of ISA Assembly, Your Excellency, Co-President for IFC Assembly, Honorable Ministers from various countries, Your Excellency, Dr. Ajay Mathur, other distinguished guests, dignitaries, participants from across the globe. Malolole from the Kingdom of Tonga. I bring to you the greetings and best wishes from the Minister, Honorable Minister, Mr. Pawasi Tai, Ministry of Energy, Meteorology, Information, Disaster Management, Environment, climate change, and communications. It is indeed a pleasure and honor to address you all on the eve of the 4th Assembly of the International Solar Alliance. I would like to congratulate the President, Co-President, the Director General, and ISA team for the ISA's achievements as a platform for cooperation to increase the deployment and quality of affordable solar energy. The achievements so far provide a strong foundation to progress future strategic objectives of the ISA to ensure a clean and green energy future across the globe. The ISA has had significant achievements, and the 4th Assembly presents the opportunity for member countries to reflect on these outcomes as well as plan future strategic initiatives through collective and collaborative efforts. The Kingdom of Tonga is dedicated to the worthy cause of the ISA and continues to be a committed member by taking part in various ISA programs. Tonga had planned to achieve the target of 50% electric power from renewable energy by 2020. Although Tonga is one of the few COVID-19 free countries, due to the restrictions imposed on international travel and other related constraints, the target is delayed and will be completed by 2020. The proposed 5-year strategic plan of ISA is highly commendable as it addresses the key issues of energy access, energy security, and energy transition, which will have beneficial socio-economic impact on millions of lives across the globe. The two programs, ISA Solar Battery Waste Management Program and Solar for Green Energy, are timely and forward-looking as they position ISA at the forefront of solar innovation. ISA's initiatives, such as the setting up of demonstration projects within developing economies, are also commendable as they enable access to clean energy for citizens at grassroots levels, which not only make their lives easier, but avoid heavy expenditure on diesel and pollution. Tonga aspires for similar impact on the lives of its people through the installation of solar-powered water pumps, which has been funded by ISA. We are immensely thankful for this support and hope to replicate these initiatives across the country to broaden the scope of the impact. The contribution of the European Union and the government of Republic of France of 1 million euros each towards the Star-C project is highly appreciated. Similar to the two Star-C centers being planned for Africa, the possibility of setting up a center may be considered for the Pacific region at the existing Pacific Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency, PICRE, a regional center set up with the assistance of UNIDO in Tonga. I must congratulate the Director General, Dr. Ajay Mathur, and his team for organizing technical sessions in conjunction with 4th session of the Assembly. The sessions gave more clarity and appreciation of the ISA's strategic plan and its sub-components and its ongoing flagship activities. I would like to affirm the Kingdom of Tonga's commitment to the success of ISA, our appreciation for the dynamic leadership of Dr. Ajay Mathur, Director General, for the excellent progress made by ISA. Malo Apito, thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I now request Comoros to make their statement?
Good evening, Excellency President ISA, Co-President ISA, Excellency Director General Dr. Ajay Mathur, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Comoros was here wearing the hat of a rapporteur. Hence, I was not prepared to make a statement I am, compelled to make this statement because unfortunately, due to some technical reasons, the minister could not join. I was on the WhatsApp to know what is the position there. So in spite of the best efforts, he could not join. So therefore, I'll be very brief and I'll not take more than 2 minutes to give my point of view about Comoros. Yeah, Comoros, as everybody knows, is one of the founding members of the ISA, and we are very proud of it. Right from the day one, we have been associated with it. Every year when the assembly was being held, a lot of things have happened and happened for good. And this year also we have had many technical sessions and a lot of things we have heard and we have discussed. Talking about the position of solar energy in Comoros, let me happily inform you all that Comoros is committed to have transition from fossil fuel energy to solar fuel energy at least 20% by the end of 2025. Moreover, Comoros is very thankful to the ISA for providing 2 demonstration projects for which the DPR was submitted, which was approved. The DPR was prepared by the NTPC, for which we're very happy that a very wonderful DPR has been made. We have also signed the grant agreement and hopefully these 2 projects will be commissioned sooner than later. Moreover, the Comoros compliments ISA for being friend of each member country. And like I said last time also on 18th, that Comoros able staff headed by Dr. Ajay Mathur is always available for help. There have been so many instances in the last few years and in recent times also that whenever we have called up for some help, some assistance, technical or otherwise, the time is no constraint for them. Whenever we call them and we get the reply immediately, and if the solution is not found at that moment, next morning we get a call and the solution is found. So therefore, I compliment the entire team of the ISA headed by Dr. Mathur for such a wonderful cooperation. Now, I also want to emphasize on one thing. Now, we are almost out of COVID. And once we are out of COVID, internationally also, this year, the United Nations has held the General Assembly physically. So in future, whatever the ISA does, let us pray that COVID doesn't come back again. And if it doesn't come back again, let us have some physical interactions, because when you are physically, the results are much more better than when you are doing something virtually. The participation will be bigger, the discussion will be meaningful, and the results will be excellent. I am not saying the results now are not excellent. We have achieved so many things, but we will achieve more if we meet for physical. So therefore, in the end, I will always say, and I have been saying this for the years now, 5 years almost, that ISA is a great organization. And in times to come, it will be one of the largest organizations in the world, because the ambitions are very high. $1 trillion for any organization is a very, very big, ask. So therefore, congratulations for that. And I hope that future will be brighter for everybody. Sun is always there. Sun will never go anywhere. So the solar is the future of the mankind. Sooner the better. Otherwise, you have seen the effects of the climate change in the recent times, where rains are not ending in India, it is not ending in many other places. So the devastation which is occurring because of the climate situation all over the world, we should resolve today that solar energy should be very quickly installed all over the world, so that we are saving our mankind for the future. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
Can we have the representative from Trinidad and Tobago?
Thank you very much, Excellency. And first off, let me congratulate the co-presidencies and the ISA Secretariat and yourself, Dr. Mathur, on an excellent fourth assembly convened today. When I listen to the accomplishments that have been laid out for us and the plans you have for the next 2 years, I can only conclude that the ISA Secretariat itself is being run on renewable energy. Such is the energy content of the plans, for which we are very thankful and we are very encouraged and excited by. You would be pleased to know, Excellency, that we in Trinidad and Tobago are finalizing plans to install one of the largest, if not the largest, utility scale solar plants in the Caribbean of 112 megawatts. And we hope to learn important lessons from that, and to also engage with you and the ISA in expanding our solar capacity going forward. And in this regard, we are very, very encouraged by the priority given to small and developing states in the country partnership framework. So we look forward to engaging with you and getting support as we collectively begin to embark on this energy transition that is so critically important right now. So I wouldn't stay long, and it's been a long day. Permit me just to say that Trinidad and Tobago remains a proud member of the International Solar Alliance, and Excellency, you have our commitment and support to executing your future plans, particularly the very ambitious biennium work plan that you have outlined earlier today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The next speaker.
Representative from Uganda. We have a video from the United Arab Emirates.
Your Excellencies, distinguished colleagues and friends, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I start by thanking the governments of India and France for leading the work of the International Solar Alliance, and extend our appreciation to the host country, India, for its warm welcome and excellent organization of our virtual gathering here today. I also would like to welcome Dr. Ajay Mathur to his first General Assembly as the ISA's Director General, and congratulate His Excellency and the International Solar Alliance for the implementation of the work program and the continuation of the excellent work. It is greatly encouraging to see how the Alliance has grown and developed since inception, forging an excellent reputation in the renewable energy sector. Despite the ongoing pandemic, the ISA has continued to make good on its mandate and help mobilize $1 trillion by 2030. Achieving this goal will enable the Alliance and its members to address our most critical climate challenges by scaling up solar energy solutions and applications. Ahead of COP26, which starts at the end of this month, there is a much needed urgency around building strategies that help deliver more sustainable energy generation. In this context, the UAE government announced at Expo 2020 Dubai a little more than a week ago our Net Zero by 2050 strategic initiative, a nationwide effort to achieve net zero emissions by 2050. This strategic initiative makes the UAE the first country in the Middle East and North Africa region to announce a net zero strategy in line with the requirements set out by the 2015 Paris Agreement. The transition towards net zero presents a new model of sustainable economic growth that leverages research, development, innovation, and clean technology. It will act as a catalyst for investment, job creation, human and economic development. By implementing this initiative, the UAE is building on its storied history of contributions to global efforts to mitigate and adapt to the impacts of climate change. It follows more than 15 years of progressive climate action aimed at reducing emissions and diversifying our economy and energy base. Renewable energy, particularly solar energy, will play a fundamental part in implementing the Net Zero initiative. This is already reflected in our existing and ongoing projects across the UAE. which demonstrated our renewable energy sector's resilience during the COVID-19 pandemic. We have currently more than 2.8 gigawatt solar projects operational, and 5.7 gigawatt are either under construction or planned. The upcoming Al Dhafra plant in Abu Dhabi will add 2 gigawatt of solar PV capacity and has received a tariff of 1.35 US cents per kilowatt on a levelized electricity cost basis, the lowest price for renewable energy in the world. Meanwhile, in Dubai, the most recent phase of the planned 5 gigawatt Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Solar Park is now operational, leading to a total of 1,313 megawatt installed capacity. The UAE, ladies and gentlemen, remains committed to achieving the objectives of the International Solar Alliance. We must all join forces in the global effort to maximize the deployment of solar technologies to truly ensure we leave no one behind. To conclude, I wish you all successful gathering and please stay safe and healthy. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, ma'am. The next speaker.
Have the representative from Zimbabwe take the floor. We then move to the countries which are signatories who have signed the framework agreement but not ratified it. Brazil, Cabo Verde, Chile, Costa Rica. Brazil, Cabo Verde, Chile.
Here, Chile.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for the invitation. We are honored to be part of the International Solar Alliance Ministerial Meeting. His Excellencies, Honorable Representative of ISA members, and ACA Secretariat. In Chile, during 2019, the Ministry of Energy launched the roadmap to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050 to concrete initiatives in different sectors to the following pillars: retirement of coal-fired plants, green hydrogen, energy efficiency, industry and mining, and electromobility, among others. In this sense, the Minister of Energy and Mining, Juan Carlos Llobet, announced a couple of months ago the update of the goal of non-conventional renewable energy, so that they represent the 40% of the matrix by 2030. The government committed in 2019 to close all coal plants in Chile by 2040. This original calendar has been constantly modified and accelerated. 8 plants have already been closed, and it's expected that by 2025, of the 28 plants that Chile had in the beginning of this process, 18 are no longer in operation. One of the main axes to achieve this objective is will be specified to a large number of projects will enter into operation this year that exceed the 6,000 megawatts. This figure is equivalent to all wind and solar projects that have been inaugurated in Chile in the last 13 years. As you know, Chile is a privileged country in solar radiation, especially in the north, that give us the opportunity and privilege to develop world-class leadership in solar generation. Our renewable potential is 70 times more than our current installed capacity. We have a concentrated solar potential of over 500 gigawatts and photovoltaic potential of over 800 gigawatts. We currently have more than 27 billion in renewable projects under development. 47 of them are related to solar energy. Chile maintains international leadership in clean energy with the inauguration of the first thermosolar plant in Latin America, Cerro Dominador. Inaugurated in June of this year, this plant allows to generate clean energy 24 hours a day thanks to innovative technology in the middle of Atacama Desert. This plant is an example of innovation and new technology that are essential to achieve the goals of carbon neutrality by 2050. And this is why we will continue working to promote projects that improve the quality of life of Chileans and contribute to the decarbonization of the planet. Chile has some of the best solar and wind resources in the world, renewable resources that will make it possible to stop global warming. We have to take advantage of Chile's potential to achieving the energy of the country we want. Dynamic, sustainable, and with development focuses in the people well-being. Regarding the promotion of a small-scale project, we have the public solar roof program that represents the effort of government and public sector to example the adoption of increasingly clean energy efficiency energy through the implementation of photovoltaic system in the self-consumption in different public buildings. We have updated some normative that allow us to improve this solar energy in the country. Regarding the promotion of large-scale projects, development of the Renewable Energy Explorer or the Solar Energy Research Center are examples of how we are advancing in this technology and in this energy. This another initiative reinforced Chile's commitment to continue developing solar energy in our country, and for this, the support of the supporting role of the International Solar Alliance and the initiative that you have presented today are crucial. We are very excited to hear all the advances that ISA have been developing. So we're looking forward for a successful future, and we expect to rectify our membership very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Petier. Other speakers, if there are any left?
Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, I saw Ambassador Puig. Senator Puig, I think.
So any other country which wishes to speak?
Greece, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Paraguay, Yemen, Zambia. And finally, we have the countries who have joined us as observers, who we hope will become members soon. Angola, Azerbaijan, Bhutan, Canada, the Central African Republic, Cyprus, Finland, Hungary, Kazakhstan, Kenya, the Lao Republic, Libya, Philippines, Romania, Singapore, the Slovak Republic, Spain, Switzerland, Thailand, and Tunisia. Well, we had Tunisia join the alliance. They are full members now. They joined and they all ratified it the same day. It takes 30 days. Oh, okay. Right.
So, so are we done with all countries, or?
Yes, we are done with all the countries.
So if there's no one who wishes to speak, we can move on to the next agenda item.